Hi everybody, welcome back to the Seesaw. We do hope you and your family are all well wherever you are. Just got back, it's Saturday, just got back from the grocery store. Things are starting to sort of, although the queuing outside is obviously different, but in terms of stock in the stores, things are starting to get back to normal. So the only thing I couldn't find today that I needed was some fresh herbs for Licky. That'll teach me, because I should have got the herb planter in the garden going with fresh herbs again by now, but I haven't. So it's got some straggly bits of sage and rosemary out there, I think, but that's all. So and they're not his favourites, so I need to get that sorted out. So that'll perhaps prompt me to do that and get some herbs growing out there. But other than that, and lettuce was still just no lettuce anywhere. Oh, and I wanted some corn on the cob, and I couldn't find any, either frozen or fresh, anywhere. But other than that, I think everything I needed was there. I didn't look for rice and I didn't look for flour, but I think those things are probably still slightly hard to come by. But I went to Aldi, as has become a bit of the routine now. And then right across the street from Aldi in our town is a Sainsbury's, so I popped into Sainsbury's for the few bits that I couldn't get at Aldi, and as I said, I still couldn't get some of them at Sainsbury's, but I spent £61 at Aldi and £17 in Sainsbury's, so £78 in total. So I'll turn you around, I'll show you what we picked up, and then I will show you at the end, as always, my meal plan for the week ahead. Okay, so that is the sweep. I have, again, just put everything together. The Sainsbury's and the Aldi, but I think it'll probably be fairly obvious which bits came from Sainsbury's. So first up, non-food items. I just got, hand soap. There was no hand soap in the stores again. Now the last couple of weeks there has been plenty, but this week none. So I'm hoping that, now we don't actually need any. I think all of our soaps are just started at the moment, but we have only got one left in the cupboard. So the next time something runs out, we will be out of backup. Just means we'll have to walk around the house washing our hands at the sink that's got soap, I think. I got 2 bags of birdseed. They haven't had any birdseed in for quite some time. The birds in our garden, you know, I guess it is a luxury item, because the birds will survive without the seed. But they look longingly in the windows at us. They come and sit on the window ledge and look at us when they haven't had any food for a while. And I usually get it online as part of my subscribe and save with Amazon, but they haven't had any either. So I haven't had any for probably 3 weeks now. We've put some bits and pieces out there for them, but not any seeds. So I know it's not essential items, but they're 90p a bag, this particular one in Sainsbury's. And so I've just stocked up a couple of bags, so they've got some. A TV magazine, that's only non-food items. Toney picked up a couple of loaves of bread in the week, so I don't need any regular bread, but I have got some sliced both in one rolls, which we'll be using for burgers. And then I spotted these barbecue flatbreads, flat buns with a hint of chipotle chili. They just sound very delicious. So they're just the little flatbreads, the folded over ones. And I think I will find a good use for those. 15 eggs. Some Diet Coke for me, some Craze cereal for Caleb. Crisps this week, I got Ridges, and I got a bag of the bacon rashers again, because Caleb quite likes those. Snacky things, I got some Racer bars, some Haribo straws, as we haven't had those for a while for Caleb. And then I spotted these for my treat this week, rhubarb and custard crumbles. So tart rhubarb and sweet custard in a buttery pastry base topped with a crumble. Sounds like my kind of thing. As you'll know from hot cross bun season, I love rhubarb and custard. So I'm going to give those a try. That one of those will make a nice little pudding for me for 4 days this week, so that'll last quite a while. I got a can of meatballs in tomato sauce, again something perhaps a bit different for Caleb to try for lunch one day. A can of baked beans, 2 of the pouches of long grain rice, just because I like to have this in the cupboard in case I want to just throw rice together as a side dish. I haven't got it planned for this week, but as you know with a meal plan, the basics are there, but you can change your mind a little bit about what you have. So it's just nice to know I've got the rice if I need it. I got some of these Mutant Ninja Turtle pasta shapes in tomato sauce for when we have beans. Caleb can have those. Some applesauce, sage and onion stuffing mix, as we're having roast chicken again tomorrow. A bottle of soy sauce, some of these salt and pepper croutons, and a bottle of Worcestershire sauce. 2 packages of ginger nuts, some digestives and some chocolate digestives. We have also got some shortbread still in the cupboard. barbecue sauce and ketchup, some marjoram and garlic granules. In the back there, a pack of panko breadcrumbs. Then onto the refrigerator, some apple juice. Again, I had a large carton of milk in the freezer, which we took out yesterday, so I'm okay for milk for now. Squeegee pouch yogurts and some smoothie pouches. A big tub of 0% Greek yogurt, a tub of sour cream, 2 of these Skyr Icelandic style yogurt layered with raspberry. So I haven't tried these ones before, but they look quite nice. And 1 of these Greek style hazelnut yogurts, which I've been enjoying. Sliced cheese, a block of unsalted butter, a pack of puff pastry. I was going to make some pear, like pastries that you make in the toasty machine, in the sandwich toaster, using puff pastry and some sliced canned pears, but they didn't have any canned fruit, so I will get a bit creative with that. I've got some fresh pears, I might slice those up and try using those, see if that works. A big bag of cheddar, some cheese strings, some honey roast ham slices, and a pack of reduced fat soft cheese. Again, I was going to make a low fat little cheesecake dessert for tomorrow, for Sunday, but I wanted to do kind of a cherry bakewell with some tinned cherries and almond essence. I've got almond essence, I've got the cream cheese, I've got the digestive biscuits, but they had no either frozen or tinned cherries. So again, I'll have to look and see what I have. I think I might have some peaches, so I could make a peach cheesecake. I have canned peaches, I think, so I might try to use that for it instead. Freezer, 2 sorts of ice creams for Caleb, his usual cones and some Bobble Manias. 2 packs of the vegetable medley. The fresh vegetables are few and far between still, and they don't look great. And so I've just decided to stick with some frozen ones for now. If I spot good fresh ones, I will get them, but for now, having these in the freezer, and we have completely run out, so that will stock us back up. I also got some frozen corn, some of these chicken thigh burgers for the day that Caleb and I have burgers this week. Tony will have those. Some onion rings, we're having a steak dinner night, so I got some onion rings to have with that. Meats, chicken thigh fillets, an extra large whole chicken for roasting, some pork loin steaks for when Caleb and I have regular steak, and 2 packs of the chicken thighs. Fruits and veg, we're still working our way through the sack of potatoes that we got. This will probably be the last week we can get use out of those, so we'll either need to look to buy another sack of potatoes next week or start buying some from the store again. But a couple of times this week I want to have baked potatoes, so I got one of the big bags of kind of ready to go baking potatoes. Mushrooms, British carrots, a net of 3 onions, some sweet leaf salad. Again, they didn't have any lettuces, so this was the only salad they had, and none of the packaged salad particularly looked great, but this was the best of the bunch, I think. This was the last thing of bunch of spring onions in the tray, so I grabbed those. Cucumber, and I want to use the spring onions for cooking, so I'm not particularly bothered that they are picked over ones at the bottom of the tray. A pack of mixed peppers. They haven't had these for several weeks. They don't look great, but I will use some in cooking and the rest we use for Licky. So they will be fine, I think, for that, but they don't look ideal. A little pack of fresh ginger, some shredded kale, that is for Licky. Again, I couldn't get any herbs for him, so we'll have to... Tony usually goes into town during the week just to do a little top-up shop, which he normally does anyway. He normally does it kind of on the way home from work one night or during work at lunchtime, something like that. So he will pop out in the week and hopefully be able to find some herbs and some more lettuce and stuff like that. A head of broccoli. So they did have some broccoli this week. Again, it doesn't look great and they're quite small pieces, but I want to use that in a soup later in the week, so that will be fine for that. Some seedless white grapes, some British strawberries, wonky raspberries, a pack of the mini British apples, and some salad tomatoes. So that is the haul. Looking at our plan for the week, tonight we're going to have the barbecue chicken with baked potatoes. I'm going to jazz up some baked beans to make them a bit more like American style baked beans, and do them in the oven. Sounds strange, I know, but I'll explain it on my Meals of the Week video. And I was going to have corn on the cob with those as well, but there was none. So I think I'll probably give Caleb the little turtle shaped pasta with his. Tomorrow we'll have a roast dinner and we've got chicken for that. Monday we'll have cheeseburgers. So by the time this video posts, I will have already posted our muscle food hamper that we received a couple of days ago. And in there were some nice beef burgers. And so Caleb and I will have one of those each. And then Toney will have those chicken thigh fillets. Baked chicken on Tuesday, that's just like a baked version of fried chicken. Haven't quite decided what sides we'll have with that yet, so I'll decide that on the day. Sausage and mash on Wednesday, again using some of the sausages that came in our muscle food hamper. A steak dinner on Thursday, that's with either chips or perhaps even wedges. And then I'll do mushrooms, onions, peas, onion rings, peas, and kind of all the extra bits to go with it. And Toney will have the pork steaks. And then ginger chicken and egg noodles, that's just kind of like an Asian style chicken and noodles for Friday night, fake away if you like, because it'll be an Asian style meal. So that is our plan for the week. You can see I was going to make cherry bakewell cheesecake tomorrow, which I'll have to get a bit creative with that. I'll probably still make some cheesecake. I was going to make little individual ones, so we'll see. The baked eggs and ham is a breakfast dish, so I'm going to make that for breakfast on Monday. The Nutty Pear pastries I was going to make Wednesday. That's just a little treat. Again, you use puff pastry, but you do it in, if you've got a sandwich toaster, you use that to make it. So I think I can probably use some fresh pears perhaps for that. Not sure it'll be quite the same, or I might look and see if the village shop has got any canned pears. And then Thursday I'm going to make a chicken noodle soup as a lunch item. I've got some soup that I made this week that I can start to use up, it kind of interspersed with sandwiches and things like that for lunches. I'm the only one that eats soup really in the house, and so when I make a batch of soup it lasts me quite a while. So that's our plan. Thank you for joining us for this look at our grocery haul and our meal plan for the week ahead. As I said, we hope you are all still keeping well and managing to meet the requirements wherever you live in terms of social distancing, which I actually don't like that phrase, because we need to be social during this time. Even if you live alone, you need to find ways to be social using technology or whatever. I think it's just physical distancing, I think, is the thing. And I know that's in different levels of that in different parts of the world, depending on where you are. So, yeah, we've got a lockdown for another 3 weeks here, so no work definitely for the next 3 weeks, although I am busier than ever with work, just trying to keep employees. We've got almost 500 employees, and I'm trying to keep everybody updated as to what's going on, so that's quite a chore. quite interesting. We've set up a social media page just for employees, so it's kind of a controlled, closed group. And it is just quite funny seeing people interact on there. But I just said I hope no fights break out on social media, or I'll have to tell everybody off, which I feel like a school teacher. Caleb is adapting well to working from home. He gets back into a little bit more of a fixed routine next week, as it would have been back to school on Monday. But yeah, we're coping. We quite enjoy spending time together as a family, so it's not a problem for us. And I know that isn't the case for every family, and if you're in a difficult situation, I hope you can find somebody to talk to, or some way to make things a little bit better for yourself. But yes, much love to everybody, and we look forward to seeing you back here on the SeeSaw soon.